Hello, welcome back to Reliquia Park. We are at it again. Well, we finished one world last episode. I call it a world. That was the world of totems. So yeah, we've seen how extensive or expansive each world can be. We're gonna be moving on to the next world. One of these isn't turned on. I guess I have to turn it on manually. I don't think there's a save point for turning these on. Yeah, alright. Well, that's okay. Let's go to Spire now. Okay, Spire is a much shorter world, you can see from the bar over there. So maybe it's not as big as I thought it would be. There's a Spire over there on the right. The most meticulous of the 5 settler groups leave for the west of the forest. They take with them the relic of the vigilant. Alright, hello. You are red. Okay. There is no exit here, hold on. Oh, there's no exit here either. Okay, this breaks it. So do they all have to be adjacent? It really looks like... Well, these two don't light up, right? Even though they are adjacent. So maybe they have to like connect to each other. Yeah, so maybe they have to form some contiguous group. Alright. Well, what if I change the position of these things here? Let's say randomly I place these there. Looks like it doesn't make a difference either. Okay. So right now it looks like just form a contiguous group. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna try and... Oh, there is no... Okay, there is no like garden code here. Because I am collecting those in case we need those. Okay. Let's move on. Hello. Alright, so it looks like... it looks like instead of an X here, which is what defined the correctness of a puzzle in the previous world, we have corners over here. So what could this mean? Does it mean like 5 corner? Yeah, right now one of the corners is empty, so I mean it can't be that there are 4 rules, 4 or 5 rules to hold at once, right? Interesting. Alright, so this is bolt plus n plus n. Let's see if I can write that down. So this is the Spire Garden. Bolt plus n plus n. And right now it looks like the spire... I mean, I don't know if there are other symbols here, but it looks like the spire is what? All spires must... Well, I don't know if it's in a row. Must they be in a row? Or must they be a contiguous group? I'm not sure yet. Let's see if we can find more information first. The settler era, where city is built. Uniform buildings are neatly arranged in precise straight rows, so it looks like from this it has to be in a row. To the residents here, chaos is the only enemy. Okay, so place them in a row. Seems valid enough. Oh, these are stuck on the side, so they have to be in a row like this. Okay. Okay, this one can be moved, so I guess maybe it is a vertical row. That should count. Yep, a vertical row counts. 1S19N. Yeah, I'm sorry. Spire Garden 2. 1S19N. Alright. For the residents of West City, every possible aspect of their lives is structured perfectly. Their daily habits, their transport, their agriculture, their architecture, I don't know why I read that as agriculture, their clothing, their mannerisms. And anything other than perfection is not worthy. So perfectionists. We'll call this what? We have the perfectionist. These are stuck on the bottom, but it looks like it's not actually possible to place 4 in a row here. So maybe there's something more here? That works. Okay, so maybe they all have to just be in a line. Yeah, it looks like the position within that line doesn't matter, they just have to be part of a line. Alright, cool. Same here, part of a line. And maybe what it looks like here is that the walls do not block this aspect. That is true, this wall over here does not block it. Alright, so we learn more. All spires must be positioned along the same row or column. Vision is not blocked by walls. Alright. Understandable. I mean, there could be more. S triangle 1 and 9. S triangle 1 and 9. Whoa, S triangle 1 and 9 on my notation looks a lot like string. Alright, that is not, I don't know if that's intended. Clearly not, because that's how I write triangle. Anyway, naturally, West City's quest for the ultimate perfection results in excessive worrying about the slightest of faults. Still, that is exactly how perfectionism works. Productivity levels are less than ideal. Nothing is finished unless it is perfect. Okay, we have this over here. Alright, something strange now. We can see that even trying to follow this all must exist on the same row or column doesn't work, because this column only has 3 possible spots and the row only has 3 possible spots. Yeah, this spire here is stuck here. So what else could it be? Do I have to form maybe a rectangle? I would say that might work. No. I mean, to be fair, rectangles are really easy to make. Maybe it's just any straight line, like a diagonal. A diagonal works. I see. Okay. And I would assume they're also, yeah, not blocked by walls or whatever. So I'm gonna update the information now. Row, column, or diagonal. Cool. So diagonal here. Interestingly enough, I think by Sokoban it's actually not possible to place anything in these 2 cells. So maybe the diagonal we're looking for is this long diagonal over here. Yes, it is. Shifting everything. Isn't this also valid? I shifted it over. That is also valid. Alright, cool. And the same goes for any diagonal. So this one had multiple solutions. This is 7S bolt triangle 7. 7S bolt triangle 7. Is it 7? I think it was 7. Yeah, I mean it's not really a 7, but let's just assume it looks like a 7, therefore I call it a 7. It's like a reverse 7. Negative 7. West City residents have one other thing in common, aside from a penchant for organization. Whoa, what? Hey, wait a minute. I just walked into that. Wait, that's a secret. It's a secret. Oh, there are X's over here. Wait, but I can't. Oh, wait a minute. This column. This entire column has these. These are spires. Well, these could be spires in the same column. Yeah, these X's fulfill where the column be. I don't think I can interact with anything else though. Walking up here doesn't give me anything. And this is what, the second secret? So maybe there were a bunch of stuff in previous gardens that I missed out. Okay. It grows. Everyone has extreme fear of death, because death is entropic. This is seen as the ultimate form of chaos and the threat to universal order. Well, I mean, you could argue it's the other way around if you think about death as like maybe, you know, one's final resting place where there is dormancy. Yeah, death as a form of dormancy would prevent chaos, technically speaking. That's going a bit far in explanation. Spire 9. Hello, what is this? We now have 2 missing rules. Okay, well, clearly... Oh no, I can move these around. Okay. Wait a minute, but they only have... This one only has 2 positions, and so does one at the bottom. So if these 2 can only exist in this row, how can these be part of that row? I'm not sure. Maybe they have to be separate. Maybe they have to be separate. They have to be separate, and this fills in 1. So every light is one row. Okay, so more information here. So, okay, what if instead I did 3 and 3? Does it have to be 4? I think it has to be 4, okay. Well, I can sort of move these around, but not too far. They can really only... Well, this one I can move this around more freely. This one can only exist in here. So maybe this would be part of a diagonal. Maybe we talk about what diagonal, maybe this diagonal over here. If I push this over here, this could exist in this diagonal. This diagonal doesn't really work though, so maybe here. This diagonal has... Well, it only has 3 spaces, unfortunately. So no. This diagonal might be more useful. No. This one... And this one... No, you know what? Yeah, no, it's actually just a column. I didn't realize I could use this column over here. Yeah, there you go. That's a column. Alright, so updating the rules now. Well, I think I should update the rules when I reach a garden, because that signifies something else. Okay, this one is once again stuck. So is this. I think this is when diagonals come into play, because the third one is down here. So one way of doing it would be like this, and then this, and then down here. That is a diagonal from here all the way down there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Does 5 okay, I can't see if 5 would 5 in a row count as 2 lines, or would it count as 1? But I can't figure out that here. Okay. Okay, looking at there are no triangles, not triangles, there are no X's here, so maybe this guy doesn't have anything. For what it looked like though, that that secret code seemed to have 5 no, there's nothing here. So there are 5 characters to find, and the 5 characters could be 5 different gardens. There are a lot of gardens in this world though, so maybe this garden doesn't have anything. It's just y plus y bolt n. Y plus y bolt n. Wait a minute, did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is the 5th one. Okay. So let's review what the mechanic appears to be now. Because we saw that not all spires have to position on the same row diagonal. Spires must be positioned in sets of 4 along the same row, column, or diagonal. Vision is not blocked by walls. The number of sets is determined by the number of unlit sections on the gate. Yeah, okay, that's a decent definition. Let's say. Safety era. The council begins appointing safety briefings each week. An ever-growing list of dangers to be on the watch for, because you are scared of death. This week, please refrain from running. This increases the risk of tripping and injuring yourself. The residents find an alternate way to exercise out of caution. No one runs again. Interesting. Okay, it's really hard to tell here. See, it appears there might have been... Like, if you walk here, you can actually walk between these 2 cells. There's an empty row of space there, which sort of implies that there would be an empty row of space here, but there isn't. This position of tombstones is really confusing me. Alright. 1. Okay, this is 1 only, so it's not... Maybe it's not a set of 4, maybe it's equally divided. So not all of these might have to be lying on the same diagonal, maybe. Oh, it's a bit hard to put this on the same diagonal as something like this. And on the same diagonal as something like this, right? In fact, this one seems pretty isolated. Like, they have to form maybe an X sort of. How many spires do we have? 2, 4, 6. We have 7. So it's like 2 rows of 4 that intersect at one point. So maybe I can place one row over here. Oh. Oh. So these aren't required. Again, the number is still determined by the number of unlit sections here. But because there's only one, you only needed one set. Interesting. Okay, so the rest are not necessary. Cool. Okay, now we're missing a middle section. That is definitely something special. So it looks like we already have a diagonal formed here, which is why that lights up. Okay, and we need at least one more. But I can push these around. Whoa! Okay, yes, this does form two sections, but the middle is still lacking. Maybe the middle means that all of them must be used? Well, how would I use this then? Where could which row, column, or diagonal could this be part of? I noticed that the diagonal that it is in right now only has 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, every diagonal occupied by this thing has only 3 spaces, so it must be a row or column. So maybe something like on top here, and I could try, placing here and here. So let's move all of you away first so I can isolate this thing. Okay. Now this one, well, I can put this over here in a similar fashion. And then I can do this. I can separate them. That's another one. And these two could probably be positioned into the same diagonal as the two in the corner there. So maybe here and here. Yes, that is one diagonal, and that solves the puzzle. So maybe the middle section states that you require every spire to be part of a set. Okay, same here. We have a box now. I wonder. Okay, the box probably isn't, but maybe the box has something to do with this middle section. So we already have one here, but I'm not sure if this is, naturally one of the things we need to have. It's not necessarily so. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We have 9 total spires plus 1 box. 9 spires is... Well, 9 spires is a triangle, right? 9 spires is a triangle, I think. Yeah, a right angle triangle has 9 spires. And I don't know if there's any other way to perform that. Oh, what are these two doing? These two have only these positions to be. And also this box. I don't know what this box is trying to do though. This box. Why is it movable? Maybe that's a secret. Maybe the secrets don't have to be in gardens. Not sure. Okay, well this triangle, this line looks wrong currently, because if you're talking about triangles, maybe not. Let's try a diagonal first. So a diagonal can exist like this. Wait, is it the wrong diagonal? Alright, it is the wrong diagonal. Hold on. Let's see. Up. Okay. This one can't rely on any real diagonal. So maybe it has to be a row. That's a row. A diagonal? Well, how can I fit a diagonal in here? I don't know. If I shifted everything over to the right, that would fulfill these 2 columns as well. Maybe then the diagonal could be formed. This one is probably like a diagonal... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, because it's very awkward. This one, I also don't know what this would be part of. Maybe any part of a 4 would count. Maybe a box counts as a spire that needs to be part of 4. So a box need not be part of a 4, but a spire would consider a box within its row to be part of its set of 4. And I don't know how we're going to... actually, this should be able to tell us. No, see, this one, this one, this one, and this box here are in a 4 in a row diagonally. But they don't form... they don't light up. So the spire does not count the box to be part of itself, part of its set. Okay. Can I form a diagonal with this spire? Or does it have to be something like this? A diagonal... No, because these three, when moved diagonally, will hit this, this, and this. Which implies that possibly the real diagonal I can form is here, 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 and here. That's a diagonal. That actually does make some sense, but that leaves these two hanging, which don't really work out. There is no real thing there. I can't form this, I can't make this part of any diagonal either. If I pushed everything down one, no, because then these would get stuck. However, this being here allows a diagonal to be formed like this. Okay, see this 5 now? Ah, then maybe if putting a row of 5 also counts one of them, then maybe they can just be part of rows of 5 then. Or maybe even rows of 6. Right? Like, I could shift this over here if I wanted to. That is a row of 5 which counts. Unfortunately, this, as you can see, does not shine up another section over here. So a row of 5 does not count as 2 sets put together, even though intersecting sets count. Okay. Yeah, I'm confused here. Let's see. I'm pretty confused. I don't know how any of this might work. If I push this up, I can have something that looks like this. That's another one. But what is it? Where will this go? This doesn't have anything to be part of. And I don't know how... Yeah, and pushing this over here makes this not part of anything. So is there a rule that I'm not missing out, or am I just not finding the solution? Can this be part of any diagonal at all? If you consider this to be part of its diagonal, which it has to be, I think, then going diagonally downwards, you see that it hits this square, this cell, which doesn't really want to work out. So this can never see this. Meaning if it was to be part of a diagonal, maybe, more likely it occupies these cells. These four form a diagonal like so. Then maybe I can form a diagonal like that, using this somehow. Does this actually... Oh, and now I can shift this up to form a diagonal like that. Cool. Okay, well... Yeah, there weren't any extra rules that I figured out here. No broken rules. Everything worked out as expected. Okay. New garden. I see a symbol. Wait. It's here, here, here. And... maybe I have to find a tree. Ah, I have to find a tree that finishes this pattern. Very nice. Okay, and it didn't tell me the second one. So the third one is a 9. So, okay, I'm gonna write down the Spire secret. Will be something S9 something something. The Spire Garden 6 is 797 triangle plus 797 triangle plus. Let's also revise our knowledge of how spires work. So, spires must be positioned in sets of 4 along the same row, column, or diagonal. Well, they don't have to. But, spires must position, so they must be positioned to be lit up. The number of sets is determined by the number of unlit not sections, but corners, because the middle is also unlit. under certain circumstances. An unlit middle section at the beginning of a puzzle means that all spires must be lit. So the number of lit sets, I guess, is... okay, the number of sets to be formed. The minimum, because we know that forming more than one set doesn't break the puzzle. So the minimum number of sets to be formed is determined by the number of unlit corners on the gate. An unlit middle section at the beginning of the puzzle means that all spires must be lit. Because if the middle section becomes lit at the start, you don't have to light up all spires. Finally, spires in sets of more than 4 do not count as multiple sets. There you go. Cool. Communication error. One particular week, it is declared that showing up to the safety briefings in person is a safety risk. In comes the onset of technology. Each weekly briefing is transmitted through a network of neatly arranged and incredibly safety compliant structures called spires. Yeah, that's why you can see that spires are sort of coney. They have a huge foundation so they don't fall over. And the neatness is what allows them to, function when you arrange them in rows. Residents nervously wait in their homes for the spires to light up at 8 every Sunday morning, announcing the next hazard to become debilitatingly aware of. Okay, well, since we already have the first two, there's the second and the third special symbol, secret symbol. Let's see if we can go find the first one. Or maybe I'll do that after. Maybe I'll do that at the very end when I'm done with everything. Okay. So, Spire 15. This is interesting. I mean, I guess I can line them all up here. So this is back to regular puzzle, but I assume there's something special about this puzzle. Yeah, this space is not available for this to be pushed in. Whenever this kind of puzzle shows up, it sort of is an extra new rule, a sort of abstraction of a solution that already exists. Does any line work? Does maybe a line that doesn't cross purely grid centers work? So maybe like a line of knights moves, like this, and this. Oh yes, it does. Nice. So any line works. Doesn't have to be in a row, column, or diagonal either. Cool. Okay. Okay, now we need 2 of them. And presumably we're looking for diagonals in terms of knights moves here, because that's what we're focusing on. That's one. The other one would be another one like this. And that would be it. Okay. Okay, no X's here, so no. Alright, this is ++, 9 + 9. I wonder how they determine what the codes for each garden is. This is ++, 9 + 9. So along the same row, okay, sorry, along the same, I can't say row, column, or diagonal anymore. Along a straight line, not necessarily following grid centers. Okay. Got it. The concept advice starts to become more specific and difficult to follow. Please stay away from trees at all times, no closer than a distance equal to its height. The tree could fall and you will die. Well, I'm surrounded by trees at the moment, so unfortunately I cannot bide. As usual, the residents adjust their days to avoid all the dangers brought to their attention thus far. As per usual. Alright, so once again, an unlit center implies that everything must be used, now possibly with the knowledge that a night's move constraint could exist. We need to form at least 2. I mean, it's really hard to say at least 2 because this is a natural, you know. Okay. These 3. How would I put these 3 in a way to comply? Because maybe a row has to be in order here. Yeah, I would expect a row to be in order. Because, you know, nothing can be in the same column as these. So you can't have 4 in a row in the same column. And a row makes the most sense as a result. I'm gonna separate these first in case I need this for something else. This one could be a knight's move away, but more likely is not. If I placed you here, a diagonal like that goes there and there, which isn't valid. A knight's move isn't a knight's move away even less valid though, because it's a steeper line which doesn't have any space. So maybe this has to be this doesn't work. This doesn't work. This barely doesn't work actually. It's almost there, but not really. Okay. Yeah, how would that... Maybe placing these 2 here is not right. What kind of diagonals work though? Not a lot of diagonals work. The bottom diagonal works. That's a diagonal that works. But now what? Where does this one go? It can't form a vertical. It can't form a knight's move with this one. Being here forms a row here, but there is no way to make 4 in a row there. So it looks like we're stuck. Down here it's probably even worse. Although maybe I can find a knight's move thing here. Oh, you know what? Here forms a knight's move with this cell. So placing one here and one there forms another line. This line and this line. And now these 3 can probably just form a horizontal like so. And you separate these so I can... wait a minute. Is it a Sokoban issue? Wait, how do I get you in all in a row here? Oh! Okay, well, I guess that is another way to solve it. I couldn't get 3 in a row like this, so I had to form another line. Of which this line, I guess, is the only other solution that I can find. So this is one of the few puzzles that uses Sokoban as a restraint, which is interesting. That rarely happens in this game. Alright, next puzzle. We have a block here. I don't know why that block is there. It just acts as a block. While block doesn't allow anything to be here, but still allows objects to be pushed around. So maybe that's one of the reasons why. So again, we need all spires to be used. Let's push you out. I mean, a vertical works, but this one is the most constrained. There's only 3 spots you can be in. Considering knight's moves, I think maybe a diagonal like this. Need something here. And even then, there's a diagonal there. There's a diagonal there. I don't think I can just luck my way into the solution here. Yeah, there's probably no way to luck yourself into the solution. Maybe the 4 spires here are not in the right positions either. I'm not entirely sure though. There's like a lot of spires to work with. Any way I can utilize knight's moves here? This and this are knight's move apart but don't really work out. This and this. If I placed another object up here, that forms a knight's move. Can do this. Now these 2 are the only ones remaining, of which there has to be some easy solution. this... Okay, this one and this one are diagonal, but there aren't enough spaces in between for a solution like that. There's no easy 4 in a row I think I can find either, I think. So maybe the knight's move like this is not right. A knight's move anywhere else doesn't work though. There is no knight's move from here or from here. So this is the only knight's move from this for this guy. Maybe it is another knight's move thing that I'm not seeing. Yeah, see, this one and this one are knight's move apart. The only thing is this is the only other knight's move that is in the same line. And then, you know, pushing this up here doesn't really change much. Yeah, they're not equally lined up enough. So I have to find a different solution there. We're still contemplating whether this diagonal at the bottom is valid or not. Is, you know, part of the solution. Maybe not. Maybe instead it goes like this and this. That is valid. And I can push both these up to form another row here. There you go. That solves the puzzle. Okay. Cool. Alright, we have X's, we have secrets. This one is 1, this one is 1. So knight's move away implies that this is the other one. It's a lightning bolt. Okay. The one is... what's the code for this garden is 7N7Y7. 7N7Y7. I wonder how many more spires there are. This one is actually a much shorter world, so hopefully we'll be able to finish by like the 40-something minute mark. I'm not entirely sure. We're already approaching 40. Silence era. The council gives one last safety briefing, then never shows up again. I feel like every... Didn't the totem area also have a silence era? There's a chance that you could stop existing at any moment without warning. You must avoid this. No one in the West Cities knows what to do with this information, and a slow panic begins to form.